Before you watch the fan cam, guys, just a quick shout out to our sponsors, Omely. Listen, it's the best way to connect. If you're a football fan and you're looking for an app for football fans, Omely is literally that. Speak with whoever you want. It could be myself, it could be Lewis. All of us are on there, and you can have conversations. Kev is on there as well if you want to speak to him. Download the app. There's a QR code on screen. There's also a link below. Click it, download Omely, and let me know what you think. Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm inside St James's Park after a 2-0 loss against Newcastle. The Toon. I thought I was watching a cartoon. Fake football. Fossil football. I quite like Maurizio Sarri, but there was games where we saw Maurizio Sarri's team play and you thought, what the hell is that? What am I watching here? And everybody said it in the fan cams already. If you've watched any of the others, they've said it themselves. Maresca, what were you doing? What were you thinking? You weren't scratching your hair, there is none. But listen, we've given you a lot of praise this season. You outclassed Arne Slot. We still lost that game. We give you all the credit in the world. We can't give you credit for today. I'm sorry. You have my unwavering support, but criticism, you should any manager can be criticised at any time. I even did it with Pochettino. Remember when we lost to Middlesbrough last season? I said, what the fuck? And that's what I thought today. Now listen, I knew we were going to rotate. I knew things were going to be different. Why are we starting Disasi as a right back? Why were we playing? I don't understand why we played Lavia and Caicedo against Newcastle in the Premier League game. Because for me, we could have won this game if we would have had one of those players in midfield. So I said this before the Newcastle game. I would have played Nkunku. I would have probably dropped Lavia as well and played Fernandes in the 6 because I thought he was fantastic against Panathinaikos. He deserved the chance. He had the momentum. I'm not saying change everything, but I would have loved to have seen Jackson instead of Nkunku today. A defensive player who can soak up the pressure instead of Enzo Fernandez, who was just floppy at times. I've been criticising the guy, but not with hatred, just looking with my eyes and seeing it's not working. You played him in the wrong position. Now you're playing him in a better position, and he's still not performing. And this isn't Panathinaikos. This is English football. This is the Carabao Cup, the Tin Pot Cup we call it. Well, Chelsea were Tin Pot. We were rubbish. And I completely agree with a lot of fans that say it was our worst performance of the season. At this rate, we won't have anything to show for our season because we've thrown our first opportunity away of getting a domestic trophy. And we're not winning the Premier League, are we? So now we're looking at the FA Cup and we're saying, well, maybe we've got a chance at that one. Tottenham just beat Man City 2-1, and you're telling me we can't beat Newcastle away. I woke up at 8 o'clock this morning, not to say that that's an early morning, but I was travelling from 8:30 this morning. I got to Newcastle with Kev around 5:30, got the train up to Stoke, we drove up from Stoke, the brakes stopped working, we were fucking taking pictures, like what's going on with the car. We got there in the end, and then we come here, we see 5,000 Chelsea fans. They have all come, they have committed, we brought the numbers, we always bring the numbers. We brought the numbers when we had Graham Potter in charge and we got battered 4-0 by Man City. But this year there had to be a little bit more pride, a little bit more respect for the competition. Blatant disrespect of the Carabao Cup from Enzo Maresca. I don't know what you were thinking. Why did you think this was going to be easy? Did you think it was going to be easy? Do you even care about this competition? What is the goal here? He literally came out and said, no, the owners didn't tell me anything about top 4. We're talking about a project for 4 or 5 years' time. What's the project? What is the project? Is it to win a title? We want to win something very important. We haven't won anything yet. So anything's important at this rate. Listen, if I haven't had sex in 3 years, I'm going to a club and I'm going to fucking pull whatever I can. If I've got to do what I've got to do, listen, take one for the team, boys. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? At least I've checked the list off. We start again. But that's not the point. It was only a joke I'm making here. But listen, Enzo Maresca needs to take these competitions seriously, and I don't think he did today. And it's not just the starting 11, which I thought was arrogant in a way, because you think that Disasi is going to do well as a right back. You think that Dewsbury Hall is going to do well in a position he's never played in at Chelsea. Who else played out of position? Vega in the midfield as well. We have actually seen Vega in midfield against Bournemouth, to be fair. So we have seen that before. But yeah, it's not just that. It's the fact that you decided in that game when you saw that we weren't creating enough. And when we didn't have the quality, the output. We weren't controlling things. We had possession, but that doesn't mean we're in control. Fucking hell, otherwise Jose Mourinho would have never won a trophy. So, listen, possession's great. I think we had almost 70% possession. But we've got to see something come at the end of it. And Newcastle, 2 goals in the first 30 minutes. And it was easy. It was really, really easy. They didn't have to do much more. They hit the post at one point with Isak. They had plenty of other chances to score. Jorgensen had a poor game. Anyone who thinks he should start over Sanchez, there's questions to be asked over Jorgensen now. Maybe that is one thing Maresca did get right, is the fact that we start the Spaniard over Jorgensen. But listen, this doesn't define our season, but we have to break it down game by game. And everyone tells me in the comments, well, Alex, you're toxic, you're too positive. Well, that wasn't fucking positive. That was shit, all right? And you can't talk to me. Nobody can talk to me if you didn't come to this game and travel and spend your hard-earned money, take time off of work to watch this. Because it's not the same as losing against a London team. It's not the same as going to Leicester. It's fucking Newcastle, people. It's Newcastle. Right, and there is no trains. I can't get home. I literally have to go back to Stoke with this man who falls asleep when he's driving. Every single time he falls asleep, we have a Febreze. You know what you spray your kitchen with? A Febreze sprayer. It's filled with water so that he doesn't fall asleep in the car. That's what I have to deal with. So I do feel like I'm in a position to be able to criticise what I've seen because I've made the effort to come out here, and I don't feel like there's been enough effort to actually push forward and make something happen in this competition. Cole Palmer got 0 minutes. Chukwuemeka got 0 minutes. Madueke came on, actually a good impact if you ask me. Well, you made 1, you had 4 more. I just want to see a little bit more. So for me, I feel very let down today. As a travelling fan, as a travelling supporter, I was in Panathinaikos. I was here today. Yeah, really, really not good enough at all. And any of the fans in that stadium, you are making excuses for what you're seeing, but you can't escape the reality that it was shocking. It's not like Maresca even tried to change it. He literally kept it the same the whole way through. He made 1 change in 90 minutes, and you're telling me that is good enough. No, it's not. It's unacceptable. And we need to address it, and we better take the FA Cup seriously. We talk about how we should win the Conference League. I mean, fucking hell, if we have any in-game management like that in any other game, we're in big trouble. Because you've got substitutes, you've got to use them. So that's my main criticism. I think Enzo Maresca really let us down today. It's nothing personal, but listen, we've got to see better in the future. I like Maresca, but I just didn't like what I saw at St James's Park. But listen, we've got a long trip back home. And we will be back for the United game. I'll be here in Manchester as always, and I hope we can bounce back. It's really important that we do. Show the fans that, listen, you want to rest half the team, that's fine. Get a result in Manchester. Because if you don't, that's when questions are going to start to be asked. And listen, I'm one of the patient ones. Not everyone's as patient as me. So let's get back on track. Even if we don't get the results, we can empathise, but we want to see that there's a real effort to win and try and understand what you're doing and where we are going as a team. All the best, guys, and we'll catch up soon.